Hey, welcome back for some more Humble Bundle tryouts. Um, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, what we're doing is we're just kind of playing through a few of this month's Humble Bundle choices. Uh, Try them out, see what might be worth spending more time on. If we really like a game, who knows, maybe we'll do a whole playthrough of it. Today we are looking at our second episode of The Pale Beyond. We more or less did like the kind of tutorial prologue last time. And this time we are looking at, well, we'll see. I think at the end we were offered the opportunity we're trying to vote, we're trying to run for captain. So let's go ahead and continue. Let's see, week one, temperance camp. Oh yeah, there's something like a tree mode um, to the. Let's do this. There's something like tree mode. All right. Templeton slips into the door. Still no sign of Hunt. Okay, so I think we have to do this part over again. That's okay. We'll skip through it. So we've basically gone on we're on an expedition to the Antarctic to find a ship called the Viscount. We have a mysterious benefactor, and the captain has very little trust for the benefactor. The captain also apparently had some kind of a checkered past, but anyway, he's disappeared. We got stuck in the ice. The captain and a few of the others have fled. So Grimley's still loyal to Hunt. Interesting. So Grimley is the last person who says he saw the captain, and it kind of seems like the captain was already gone at that point. It's hard to know for sure. Clearly giving this a lot of thought. Okay, so he's letting us know that 35 weeks there should be 35 weeks from now it should be week 39. He can assure it. That's so weird though. Like if we weren't able to make it to Viscount Island, I don't know. We'll see. Fancy looking hat. Do you wish to be happen? Happen? Okay. Take the hat. Declare the captain of the missing crew is dead. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to lie. That's so easy because there's people who probably know that he's not dead. I won't lie. Leaders lie, get used to it. Waiting for you on deck. Okay, so let's go. All right, we're back to where we were. Last place saw Captain Hunt. Still drops of frozen whiskey. The ledger's gone. We're very low on both food and so the mechanic is a bit weird. Like we have supposedly 6 months worth of rations and fuel, but which is more than not like 35 weeks is more than 6 months, but it's not that we have all of the ship's supplies. I have to assign people to get coal out of the ship's hold and stuff like that. So we'll see how that mechanic actually works out. We'll address the crew. The hushed voices become more distinct as you make your way back out in the open air. You notice the absence of June. The crew members notice you and stop. Their attention ripples across the deck. It's interesting. The brothers we know were super loyal to the captain, and yet they haven't left. Attention! It should be clear by now that Captain Hunt is no longer serving his post. As such, we should vote in the new captain. I nominate Officer Shaw for the role. The clear choice is first mate. And what of Hunt? I do not see him among us, do you? Don't see a body either. He's still out there. We don't know what happened. Something we can discover. For now, someone has to take the reins of command. All in favor of Officer Shaw? Okay. So all the science crew voted for me. Okay, so the doctor is loyal to me. Kurt is loyal to me, and all of his crew voted for me. Okay, so there's several people, including the stowaway? Why is the little kid loyal to... Oh, man. Okay, so surely she's she's loyal to herself. Is that the photographer? Man, that is very close. I wonder if this is something we're going to have to continually do. Confirmed as captain. Well, the ayes have it. Shaw shall be acting captain from this point forward. Acting in Captain Hunt's stead. The crowd look to you expectantly as Templeton gives you a knowing nod. A moment passes in the cold as they wait your next word, curious murmuring scattering between the crew. Okay, I'm Robin Shaw. It's not long before the obvious question spills from a crew member's mouth. Where is Captain Hunt? I'm gonna go with I don't. If I say he abandoned us, I would really love it if they give me the opportunity to spin this out as, oh no, what happened to him? Is that, did someone steal him? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm not gonna lie and say he's dead. And I don't think I'm gonna straight out say he abandoned us. So we're gonna say it's unclear. Captain Hunt is dead. They look to Templeton. He and the missing crew is lost. If I imply that he's lost, then we don't know. Along with one of the ship's lifeboats. We have no bodies. Okay, so I lost loyalty with him. Well, he's the one. I told him I wasn't going to lie to him, and he's the one who put himself out there. As long as we keep our wits, there's no reason we can't survive this. The crowd began to bubble up once more, with more and more questions coming to the surface. Members of the crew start speaking out one by one, with question thrown your way in quick succession. How are we supposed to survive out here? Is help coming? What about our pay? Will we still be paid? We'll have to rely on each other. That's true. None of us expected this, but we can handle all the blows together. I know this isn't what we signed up for. Stick with me, and I will see us through. What of those lost, Captain? Once the ship is free from the ice, or once we make land? Understood. Well, you heard the captain. Get to it. The crowd dissipates, returning to their roles aboard the ship. You pass Templeton. He nods. Don't ever undermine me like that again. Of course, Captain. Interesting. So that was the first time we ever got a notice, hey, loyalty is going down. I'm sure we've done things that make people pissed off before, but there wasn't anything specific. Definitely want to talk to Kurt. Let's pet the dogs. Oh, it didn't. There's 14 of them. Okay, I think. Do we have fish? No fish to feed them. I suppose congratulations are in order. I would hope you're prepared for the task at hand, Captain Shaw. Did you see Hunt last night? If I had, I would have said as much. Though were I to wager, I'm certain that someone aboard this ship has. It is unlikely the four were able to leave a landlocked ship without being spotted. I am curious as to why she's not loyal to me. I'm the one who convinced the captain to let her aboard. Shaw! Or should I say, Captain Shaw. That Hunt, I hope he and the others are holding safe. Still, no good dwelling. I have confidence you'll take up the mantle well. Do you have any experience leading expeditions? I've never captained a vessel, if that's what you mean. But the navigator is just as much responsibility to lead. In that sense, I have plenty. Okay, I think the captain's cabin like will do requests as normal. So let's. Ooh, pump flood water from the lower deck. There are no current flooded rooms to pump water from. Okay, all right. Um, assigned to food preparations. Yeah. Oh man, we need so many people to do this. Um, so this shouldn't just be anybody. I think. Let's not do all the scientists. Oh, I don't get. I can't undo if I click someone in there. Oh, I can. I can undo the whole thing. Yeah, but I think specialists never know what they're gonna do. Um, the captain's hat. Um, because we're definitely gonna need as much food as we can get. I'm gonna go downstairs. Ooh, there's a red room. Okay, so she's not there. We're gonna need coal too, so let's. So I can get one myself each week. Funny how sometimes it says biquettes instead of briquettes. Any specialists we don't know? There, it actually won't let me assign the specialists. Um, okay. Yeah, we're gonna need all the coal we can get too, for sure. Hammond. Captain now, are you? As long as you aren't in my way any more than Hunt was, I'm happy. You happy? As a clam. Now, if you don't need anything, you can be on your way. Come down to the depths, eh? So she goes, so do we. All right, let's feed the furnace. Okay, so hang on, that's actually one. Like that would take us up to 100, but it's a waste of 2 coal. I'll do it. I'll do it. It's worth it. Hooshpot. What will it be this week, Shaw? Okay, so I can only go up to 80. It's okay now. All right, let's take requests, I think. Ooh. There should be no hesitation, Shaw. You are the captain now, and you must carry that authority instantly. It's best that we carry out the daily routine as normal, show that you're capable in that role. Um, we should take the day's request immediately before seeing to our resources. Okay, so he's telling me do requests first. That's fair. Although, doing requests seems to progress us to midday. You saw the duties of the captain firsthand while serving Hunt. You're acting captain now. It's time you take up that mantle. A line is already forming at the door. No surprise given the circumstances. Take them as you may, Captain. Okay, Kurt and Cordell, Hammond, Jr. Let's talk to Junior. Shaw? The ice looks unbudging, doesn't it? It would seem that way, yes. The crew seem to think so. They think if we don't intervene, the Temperance will never get freed. If you're suggesting breaking the ice, I can assure you that won't work. I'm not. They are. No intervention is going to break up the ice enough to free this ship. Putting others to work on that is simply a waste of manpower. Aye, maybe. They're scared, though. Worried. They just want to feel like they tried something. If it'll raise spirit, it's worth the task. Okay, we got to put at least a minimum of 3. We only have 3 sailors left. We can put a scout on. Don't think we'll need more than 2 scouts. Oh man, more loyalty lost from Templeton. I mean, I don't care about Templeton. If he doesn't do anything on the ship, I can't assign him to anything. He's just narrative. So the only problem is that he has the loyalty of the scientists. So if I lose his loyalty, I lose theirs. I'll see you for dinner, Shaw. Don't forget the hoosh pot needs fed. Saving that boiler was only the start of our troubles. Have you seen the state of this bloody ship? It certainly has seen better days. She's bleeding in the lower decks. I believe the older Stoke is attempting to rectify that. We need to stockpile as much fuel as we can. If the furnace runs out by the end of the week, we die. If we spend too long on the ship, we die. If we don't stockpile enough fuel for the winter, we die. Aye. Get me some coal. Get it in the furnace. I'm afraid he's not wrong. That coal bunker is our only source of fuel for the time being. Until we can procure alternatives, we should assign crew to shoveling whenever possible. Captain, I've brought the kennel master with me. This is something you will both want to hear. I have a strong suspicion on what this matter is. I was planning to speak with the captain on it myself. Fortunate happenstance, then. Captain, I know these conditions well. I've seen them before. Any idea of the Temperance being freed of the ice anytime soon is a pipe dream. We need to press on. We need to become aware of our new environment. Trust me, Captain, we will be living off of it for quite some time. So you're suggesting we live off the ice? I'm not suggesting it, I'm pointing out a necessity. The dog sleds will need to be exercised regularly, and there is no better way than to engage in hunting. We're quite lucky despite the circumstances. Now is the peak time for hunting and navigation. And navigation? Traversing the ice may be a possibility in the future. We need to be prepared for that. If we're to survive out here, we need to know what lies ahead. These are uncharted territories, Captain. We have no idea where we are. Your current rations are not set to last forever either. Send any hunting party to me as you please. My dogs and I will ensure their survival. The same sentiment for myself and any scouting teams. If you wish the great unknowns to be braved and charted, I'm your man. We need to know what lies ahead. Keep looking forward. Okay, so we can assign people to hunting or scouting. Before dinner, you should see to sending out our first sledding team. I also believe it's time you gave our good doctor a visit. We'll still have wounded from the night of the Aurora. Their wounds will need attended to before they're fit to work. And I doubt I need to remind you of this, but we need every hand available. Don't be afraid of assigning my team for some manual labor. They'll complain, but they'll work. Yeah, the scientists aren't really that useful at this point. Ooh, I can listen to someone. You did seem familiar. I've finally placed you. You have you? Yes, I remember seeing you compete. Soren Kiliper, you were quite the gymnast. I'm surprised to see you in this line of work. Not too many gymnasts carry long careers. You did quite well when I saw you at the Summer Games. I recall you placed. I don't recall winning. Okay, let's see. So this is the map. Oh, interesting. So we can send people out scouting or hunting. Okay, so we did keep a couple of scouts behind. All right, let's wait and let's scout. Whoa! Oh, or we can do actually hunting. 30 right research. Okay, so I can research. Interesting. Okay, so there's actual research I can do. Wonder if I can research these dragons and sea monsters. Um. Okay, great. Um. Great. This is interesting. Um. There's no fish. All right. Let's grips. Robin Shaw. Recognized that name somewhere. Royal Admiralty, right? Uh, did you serve? Yes, I did. I think we served on some of the same ships. You probably wouldn't have seen me, though. Didn't get much time out of the engineering room. Good to know the new captain has some experience. Let's talk to the doctor. You enter the ship's infirmary. Your presence seems to startle the young man inside, the rattle of dropped forceps ringing through the room. Oh, goodness, it's you. Captain now, isn't it? Irritable. He's nervous. Captain Robert Shaw, it's good to meet you. Him, Dr. Arthur, Nutley, Dr. Nutley, Dr. Arthur Nutley, that's it. You having a spot of bother, Nutley? Um, Bother? Aw, what? Why is that? No, I suppose I seem a little scatterbrained at the moment. It isn't the norm. Recent circumstances have been trying, and the inclination towards seasickness is no help. He's a ship's doctor and he has seasickness. June, the steam burns they suffered from the furnace are severe. If you let me take a look, I can do my best to alleviate their pain. Do you have any, is there nothing more you can do? More? I'm trying. I wish there was, but there's no cure for these kinds of injuries. I'm afraid this is the extent. At this point, all we can do is wait. Captain Hunt, do you think he may still be out there? Did you know Hunt well? Not at all. Rather, he knew my. That's not important. Apologies, I'm rambling. I suppose you wanted an update on the crew? A report would be nice. Mostly scrapes and scuffs. As for the dogs, you're better asking, well, the kennel master. That's fine. I wouldn't expect you to be a veterinarian. Whew. Good. Please don't. I haven't taken well to the dogs. I'm unsure how to carry myself amidst most people, and animals are quicker to judge. And Cordell herself is harsher still. But you can rely on me for any human medical issues. Is everything, good? I mean, is someone coming to rescue us? I won't lie, we're in a difficult situation here. I'm going to need your help. Then you can count on my help. Is there anything I can do for the crew? Whoa, medical comforts to instantly cure. Ask the scientists to cook up medical comforts. They will be cured of all status effects by the end of the week. Whoa. So if I assign sailor. Assign 3 scientists to instantly gain 1 medical comfort that can be used to immediately cure all people in the medbay. Interesting. So if I keep all 3 scientists not doing work, I can make medical comforts. Is there anything I can do for the crew? Okay. Let's go downstairs. Pump. Already set people working. Kasha. Officer, Captain Shaw. I suppose I should get used to calling you that. I was asking the crew if anyone had seen Hunt or any of the deserters last night. Not a single soul. I know the man knows this ship well, but that seems odd. Do you think the crew could be lying? I wouldn't accuse anyone of that, but it is very unlikely that he wasn't seen by anyone. I suppose the boiler troubles caused a great deal of distraction. Interesting. Um, okay. All right, let's do. Oh, yeah. So we've got some extra people. We've certainly got. Wait, what? Oh, right. We've certainly got. I'd like to send hunters out. So this is scouts assigned to instantly reveal a map location. Okay, so I don't get a map location. Now let's see. Now can I hunt? Oh yes. Okay, so this is seals. So I can send someone out to go hunting for seals. I mean, should I send the engineers or should I leave them behind? I don't know. I don't really understand. Um, okay, that'll gain one crab eater seal. So the more people I send, the better. Hang on, let's send one more. That way. Maybe I'll just send someone to explore as well. I want to explore towards the island too, navigational purposes. Ooh, a pressure ridge. Oh, for each research you assign, gain 3 decorum, as well as 1 research for your expedition. Okay, so this is another good reason to save the scientists. All right, great, great, great. All right, let's send basically everyone else we have hunting. And get a bunch of food. Yeah, I mean, let's send a couple of sailors. I want to keep 1 engineer behind just in case. All right, I think that's it for. Let's go. The crew have their meal. Har! Shall we give a toast to our new captain? Here, here. Okay, interesting. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Despite the time, it's still bright light outside. Okay, so now it's evening. I forgot. Like, there's still things I can do after. That doesn't end the week. You're a tall one, aren't you? Oh, thanks for noticing. Been this big since I was 15. You ever consider doing films? You have the stature for it. Oh, I can't act. Acting isn't part of it. You stand there, cut a nice silhouette, and you'd be a star. That sounds awfully easy, doesn't it? It can be. Interesting. So tired. You'll get used to it, lad. Duh, it's far too much work. Thought you wanted the work. If I can do it with one arm, if I can do it with one arm, you can do it. You're always saying that, duh. Looks like we'll be trapped here for a while. I don't like the ship's chances either. Will be some time before we see home. Shit, I'm gonna die of boredom out here before the cold takes me. You'll manage. You'll manage, I'm sure. Oh man, I don't remember which voice is which person's that. Talk to Junior. Evening, Shaw. I'm proud of what I've been able to cook up for the crew lately, considering the rations. Though I do wish I had something better to work with. I'd kill for a good beefsteak. Not many cows on the ice. You never know, Shaw. We might get lucky. Let's talk to the other Stokes brother. Did you need me for something? The crew seems to like you. Wonder if you had any advice for staying on their good side. Junior's better with people. I don't know. Be good to them. That's all it takes. Not bad. Not bad at all. Listen to the scientists. Awfully loud, aren't they? I don't mind it all that much. They've worked hard all day. They're owed their leisure. Those sailors ought to remember we all need our sleep. That's definitely fair. Oh, Templeton's room. Good evening, Captain. It will be some time before we see rescue. Perhaps you should be endearing yourself to your crew. For now, I'd like to learn more of you. You needn't do that. Oh, why do I keep losing loyalty for like seemingly innocuous things? I would prefer to continue with our work. Fostering personal relationships is not a concern. Man, I just keep failing. Wait. Captain Shaw, I presume you're here to see the dogs? Actually, I was checking on you. You aren't with the rest of the crew. Of course I'm not. Do you often expect others to leave their post? I understand you did not expect this role, but you are the captain regardless. Surely you understand the sense of duty. Captain Shaw, you recall my conditions with Hunt, do you not? Like it was yesterday. My demand was that I work here, with the dogs. Your people may help with the sleds, but they are not my responsibility. They are not my people. I am holding up my promise with Hunt. I do not intend to join your crew. If I get lost in the ice, you're the next captain? Stanbury? Aw, Stanbury. Cordell smiles, confused. She doesn't really get it, eh? The animal looks at you. Give Stanbury the captain's hat. Before tearing the hat to pieces. Stanbury! That was horrible! Alright, well. Technically, I have one crew person left. What's the one crew person? Oh, I left one engineer. That's right, yeah. I kind of did that on purpose. I want to know sort of what's the... Okay. So a crew member will be cured of their malnourishment. Does someone have malnourishment? And 2 crew members will be cured of their freezing. Wait, we have people who are freezing? Right, 50. Like this is going to be a lot. Returned from hunting with 3 crab-eater seals. Cavity was cured of their wounds. All right, end of week 4. 34 more to go. Okay. Saved game to tree. All right, we'll do requests first as requested. Junior, Kasha, Gnomes, and Mr. Gloss. Talk to Junior first. It's a big deal. Shaw, Templeton, word back from the attempts at freeing the ship. Is such a report necessary? Well, as you can see, we're not moving. Crew kept at it for a week, but now we're calling it a day. A waste of time and resources then, and as expected. I wouldn't be so sure. End of the day, at least now the crew can say they tried. Give it their all. So I got back some decorum. So maybe I should have... we'll see. All right, let's talk to Kasha. Good day, Captain. Well, as good as it can be under the circumstances. Good day to you as well, Kasha. Well, I'll be sure to spare you any more obligatory small talk from here. In truth, there is something I've been meaning to ask of you. It's a matter I brought up with Captain Hunt, though he was less receptive. I'm not merely interested in the story of this expedition. I'm interested in the story of the people on this expedition. When the crew have the downtime, I would request that I be allowed to conduct interviews with them. I would like to know more about them. Maybe learn more about what happened to Hunt? Yeah, definitely conduct an interview. Thank you, Captain. You won't regret it. I'll mark anything useful I discover in the crew manifest. Send them to the Red Room on the lower deck when you can. Oh, so I gotta assign people to her. That's messed up. Word around the crew is that we might end up having to move to the ice. If we can't free the Temperance anyway, it would be wise to gather what we want to take off ship with us if we do. Indeed, we'll need to prepare for what could be the inevitable. Aye, most of the tools are in the lower deck storerooms. The metal doors need some work to open, but it's worth what's inside. Okay, so we need to assign some people to open doors? Interesting. Captain Shaw, Mr. Templeton, it would appear that some of the crew have taken an interest in the transmission radios we have on hand. It is likely many of their first time seeing this technology. And they have odd ideas of what they're capable of. They believe another ship may pick us up if we monitor them. Ridiculous. They do not have the range to pick up another, not out here. I said as much, but Mr. Turner was adamant we spend the night monitoring them regardless. He even sent me to run the concept by you, Captain. I'm gonna just lose Templeton's loyalty if I do this, but I want the extra station, even if I don't want to assign anyone to it. Although this might be another one of those minimums. If it won't work, it's a waste of time. Now, I do wonder if I'm ever going to get a chance to do this, have this interaction again. Have to... As fantastical as it sounds, the technology just isn't there yet. I'll inform the crew. They likely won't be pleased, but it's a better alternative to wasting manpower. Okay, demoralization will cause you to lose 5 decorum for each person, but you can cure the demoralization by doing an interview. Interesting. Okay, well that kind of sucks. The question persists as to how long the Temperance can hold. Will we be able to wait out the ice? If there is no change by next week, abandoning the ship may be considered. So what's the danger that, like, it's not going to be seaworthy? It's going to, like, the ice is going to crush it? Because I feel like we'd still be better off probably staying near it, unless we're actually moving towards the other island. Because once we get there, we can't, like, what are we going to do? Wait for winter so we can cross to the island? Ah, feel that air. Nothing better than a cold wind to keep you awake. You're an odd duck, Yorick the Third. How many hours of sleep do you get a night? Well, on second thought, better not hearing it. I already know it isn't enough. Well, I'm mega disappointed I lost the captain's hat. Okay, so we've got scientist hold, general storage hold, engineers hold, weapons hold, food store, and the coal bunker. So there's, in addition to the pantry, there's also a food store. Okay, I can get a crate of 10 food. I can get a sack of coal myself. Assign a crew for an interview would be Lefty. I don't want to lose. So you can only do one at a time. So there's only one. Yeah, okay, interesting. Great. +1 research. Oh, so she gives me research that I can use. Okay, awesome. That's great. Okay, so this is interesting. Scientist hold, general storage hold, engineer hold, food store, or weapons hold. Between hunting and the pantry, it seems like we've got a really good... Like, eventually we'll run out of 10 food, maybe. I'm going to look at general storage. So this is assigning someone to open the door, I guess? Oh, awesome. Okay. Ale kegs. Each of them can be used to cure demoralization. Spoiled tinned food. Using them can cause malnutrition. Timber. with a total of 102. So these are items I can just grab, right? Digging tools reduces the dogs required by one. There's enough time to grab one more item. That's not amazing necessarily. Demoralization. Camp upgrades that permanently aid survival during your expedition. I'm going to grab timber. The room is flooded with freezing cold water, rendering any rendering any remaining items inaccessible. Crazy. Aww. And now that dude is freezing. That sucks. How do I cure freezing? Okay. The room has been flooded. They said we might leave as early as next week. Um, okay, so this only does, despite don't eat crab, a moderate source of blubber. So I can either use them for the furnace or hoosh, but they're not very much use for food. Ah, this is usable for furnace too. Um, that's not very much food at all, is it? I'm afraid I'm going to run out of tinned food. I need at least 50. Adding 18 will get me over the 50 mark. Okay, so researching a pressure ridge, you gain 3 decorum as well as 1 research. So that'll get me 3 research and some decorum. Okay, well I don't need decorum yet, so let's hold off on that. Um, oh, okay. Each one of these uses less. Okay. So this is only worth 6. So it's not great. Let's continue to explore, though. I feel like that's a really good use of one's. Okay, so this is hunting. What is this? Oh, okay. So the hunting locations get used up. Um, but then it also, I feel like, hmm, this looks like fish. Um, that's disturbing. I thought for sure I'd be able to continue to explore there. Another formation of ice leads. Yeah, okay. Doesn't let me do that. Okay, so I don't. So doing this isn't gonna be required to explore further in that area. So I may or may not actually do it. If I assign people to do this, I should probably do it when we need decorum. Because if my decorum is maxed out, I don't want to waste expendable, like non-renewable ways to get more. um, Cured of all status effects by the end of the week. Um, Maybe medical comforts. can use to immediately cure everyone in the med bay. So what does that mean? Like I get them back? Or I don't have to wait until next week or something. I don't know. Well, we'll see it. If you if you can give me these, I can get the crew back on their feet. Is there anything I can do for the crew? Okay, so I can do that and still use the med bay. Okay, great. I wish I could assign him if he's not doing anything. All right. So these are 20s, so I could assign, like, say, 2 people to them. I want as many of these as I can get, but I feel like these are not like these might not be a renewable resource, right? I mean, they might run out like if the ship eventually breaks. Oh, but then so does the food in the 10 store. Oh man, this is unnerving. Um, Poor cavity. Charge into the room with the water flooding in from behind. You have time to grab 2 items. Okay, so 2 coal, 2 coal. A camp upgrade. It increases when raising the heat. Reduces the dogs required. Increases cured when raising the heat. I think I'm already at the minimum of 3, so let's grab one of these. And it freezes the guy. Oh, it's okay. Ooh, shoot. Oh man, this is not good. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Oh man. So by opening those doors, I'm letting cold water into the ship. That's scary. Let's open one more and then we'll turn up the heat. Okay, scientists hold, weapons hold, food store. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna have to do weapons. Time to grab 2 items. 1 large animal killed at each hunting location. 1 medium animal killed at each hunting location. Flares can be carefully disassembled for fuel or ale. I feel like you're not going to get a large animal for a while, but it probably is going to be a lot. I probably should grab both of these. They seem really useful. More useful than 90 fuel. Now, I still could technically do one more. I've got 1 more crewman. Scientists or food store? Let's do scientists. This is a very interesting mechanic. I have no idea how this is affecting. Okay, so let's see. Ooh, 2 medical comforts. Reduces the number of scientists required for medical comforts. Okay. 10. Every 10 research brought home will be proof of success to your employer. Ten lemons. Each of them can be used to cure someone of scurvy. Hmm. Okay, I don't know what this is. Every 10 research brought home will be proof of success to your employer. So 10. Does this just mean 10 research? 10 key story items? Or is it just one research? Okay. I don't know what this is. I want to get this one. And I don't know what this other one is, so let's just grab it. Oh, plus 10 research. Okay, yeah. All right. Let's raise the heat. Oh, I needed to assign engineers to that. No. Oh, well, too bad. All right, let's feed the furnace. And let's go feed the hooch. Call people to dinner. Okay, well, let's see how that went. More of the same tonight. We'll have to get used to it. Not much you can do with the ice. We'll figure out something to do, won't we? We'll have to. You know, as far as rations go, this is good. Junior sure knows how to prepare dinner, doesn't he? He's too good for a ship like this. So it seems like I can talk to the Stokes. Evening? Every evening. Before we took off, Grimley and I stopped into a Greasy Spoon in the city. Their sausage and eggs was perfect. Best I've ever had. Now I'm trying to remember its damn name. It's left my head. It's likely by the docks. Just look around once we return. You'll find it. If it's still there when we return. Who knows when we'll be back. They could have closed down or fired their chef by then. Well, there's no crew. You're pretty old, aren't you? Good eye, lad. Better than mine. But why are you still working? You should be at home with your family. Don't have one. Do you not have any children? I might do. Don't know any, though. It's getting harder to play. The cold makes the fingers stiff. Power through it. I will. Talk to Hammond. Bloody cold, isn't it, Captain? I don't know how you spend your time away from the furnace. It would be even colder without your hard work, Hammond. Aye, I know. Not going to get any rest anytime soon, are we? No. Could have used more hands. Hammond is worth 5 men, but even then. Ooh, whose office is this? Kurt's room. Templeton's room. Come on, what can I say to Templeton? Captain, if you find yourself stricken with boredom, I do have a book I would recommend. A textbook on different classes of wildflowers. The topic's more interesting than it may seem, I assure you. Wildflowers in the Antarctic. I would enjoy that, Templeton. I'll be sure to bring it to you when I have the chance then. Alright, great. Let's talk to Kurt. Wow, that's a big man in a small room. Cold one, isn't it? I used to think I was growing used to the cold. But as the years have gone on, the elements have only grown harsher on the body. I imagine this is a harsher area than even you've ever faced. You'd be surprised, Captain. I have to tell you of a few bad scrapes in my time. Okay, let's see. Kurt. At the bow, you spot Kurt, measuring for any changes in the temperature. Still fast. No signs of any change. Doubt we'll be moving anytime soon, Captain. Of course, sometimes you never know with the ice. You should get some rest. I'll let you know if anything changes. See that you get some rest yourself. I will, but we have to be alert. In my experience, changes come fast. Take care, Captain. Captain, a word. I feel now as good a time as any to review the wording in our contracts. You do remember what was written in your contract? Of course I do. Consider Article 3, and I quote, "The member of the staff shall, throughout the period of such expedition, obey all commands of the captain and shall use his best endeavors to promote the success of the same. And in the event of anything happening to the captain, shall obey all commands of any member of the staff who shall be appointed by the captain in writing before his death. It being understood that the rest of the staff shall hold the same relations towards any member of the staff so appointed as towards the captain, as appointed by the captain in writing before his death." Was I not voted in as captain? The vote we held settled what is only a temporary arrangement in the eyes of the law. Even then, you only made it through by a hair. Unless you somehow managed to wrestle a written transfer of captaincy from Hunt before his departure, in the eyes of the law, you are simply acting in his stead with no legal recourse to call upon. There is a chance Hunt and the deserters are still out there. Should we be reunited, your captaincy will be indeed called into question. Templeton, why are you so invested in the captaincy? I am invested in the survival of this mission and providing appropriate guidance. You may presume an ulterior motive, but you know my reasoning is sound. The loyalty of the crew means everything. Get them on your side, Shaw. Keep them on your side. I see. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, Templeton. Remember my words, Shaw. I suggest you start with the Stoke brothers. It seems they speak for many of the sailors. All right, let's go. I hope this doesn't they turn freezing. Is it going to turn them to frostbite? So if I do it one will be cured. 3 will be cured of freezing. I really don't want to spend an extra 25. 1 member will be cured of malnourishment. Does anyone have malnourishment? 1 member will become malnourished. They get pissed at you if you don't. Like the cook gets upset if you don't provide any food. The ship shan't hold much longer. Lefty raised their spirits for speaking to Kasha. Tucker has been cured of freezing. Cavity's been healed of freezing. Grip's freezing has progressed into frostbite. Thanks. Week 6. Wow, there's a bunch of people here already. The meeting. Templeton, Kurt, Cordell, and Hammond stand inside, the beginnings of a meeting. Well, Captain, it's been 3 weeks. Kurt tells me there's still no change in the ice. None, and best I can estimate what change we will see won't free the ship. I predict the Temperance is more likely to be crushed under the pressure of the ice. And how long will that take? A few weeks at most. Unfortunately, we may have to look at alternatives rather than waiting for the ice to break up. Such as? Leaving the Temperance and making camp on the ice is something we will have to consider. Aye, the longer we stay on this ship, the more fuel we're having to burn. Not to mention risking another boiler incident. Yes, that matter almost cost lives. I can't imagine Hammond actually wanting to abandon ship. He seems really invested in it. Heating a smaller camp burns through much less oil. And without enough fuel to survive a winter, we're dead. Don't think I need to tell you that. I would not be quite so quick to pack up and move out just yet. And why is that? The ship is shelter, the ship is safety. Currently, there are quite a few hunting opportunities presented to us. We will need to gather more food if we are to survive, and the ship provides a safe area to hunt from. Right, and most of the crew aren't ready to give up either. They're stubborn, just as any good crew should be. I would rather not play into stubbornness when lives are on the line. He has a point. Crew thinks we give up too early, they'll resent the captain for it. Though we now have a serious bloody flooding problem. We do? Aye, you might not have noticed if you might have noticed if you'd left your damn forecastle. It is safer to take the time to gather what we need before we leave rather than raid the ship once we make ice. That's fair. Okay. Well, the answer lies with the captain. Should we move off the ship this week? Let's remain on the ship for at least one more week. Very well. When we remove the boiler from the furnace, that is when we make our move. When you feel we're ready to go, just go to the boiler room and give the order. Yikes. Cordell, Tucker, Mr. Zack, and Grimley. Man. Captain, my dogs appear to be struggling in the on-deck kennels. They require a more secure form of shelter from the environment. Dogloos, I believe they are called. Yes, I will require some hands to work on constructing them. It is for the health and safety of the pack. Well, I guess we'll put some of the crew to work on it. Thank you. We must focus on keeping the dogs safe. Without them, the crew stands little chance of safety themselves. Dr. Grimley. Jaw, there's a rumor going around amongst the crew. They're saying the ship is haunted by the ghost of Captain Hunt. What ridiculous tripe! I thought you'd want to put a stop to it. So this would cost me decorum. But that's okay, because I could do some research or something. Aye. Crew won't be best pleased you're stopping their stories. Okay, so I need his loyalty, so that's good. It's better than allowing fear and superstition to run wild. Aye. I was summoned by Mr. Templeton. Yes, Mr. Isaac, this is regarding your personal item. What do you mean? I felt it pertinent to let the captain know that you are carrying a weapon. Why did you bring a gun with you? Personal safety, of course. Perhaps this is my unfamiliarity with the expeditions, but I was surprised others did not bring an item to protect themselves. Many of the crew cannot afford such an item to themselves. Captain, it is up to you on what to do with this revolver. With all due respect, this is my personal item, Captain. It is the captain's right to requisition any weapons on the ship. That includes your own. Yeah, it would be more useful. I mean, this is just some random. I can afford to lose his. Oh, and I didn't even lose his. We would do well to avoid creating an imbalance of power among the crew. Okay, demoralized, but I can send him to be interviewed. I doubt the sailors would take too kindly to such a thing. Mast was damaged when the ship was being tossed a while back, Captain. Best to get someone to fix it before the Temperance is freed. Freed? Aye, ship could come loose any moment. Heading up to repair the mast is a dangerous task. We don't even know if the ship will sail if the ice clears. Would be worth it, though. Okay, so it's like I'm still a bit confused. Like, you say we go off the ice, the ship gets crushed and flooded. How do we get to Viscount Island? We just can't, right? We'll see. I do think it's worth the risk. Okay, so we need to assign at least one, possibly two people to it. Let's just assign one person to it. We can assign Tucker himself. Oh, we do need two people. Tashi. Don't know why it says just one. Weird. Oh, I got my decorum back. Oh well, no reason. Head to the boiler when you wish to abandon ship. I suggest we do so sooner rather than later. Yeah, sooner rather than later, but not like right away. Um, under melt ice pools. Under ice melt pools. Penguins. Ah, Emperor seals. This is great. Large game is dangerous. Despite how many people are assigned, one person will be wounded. Oh man, that sucks. So we could find the Adelie, um, hunt the migrating Adelie Adelie penguins. Well, let's hold off. Oh, what happened? Oh, interesting. All right, we can at least grab the free ones. Um, abandoned ship. Oh no, yeah, okay. Currently no freeze and cure. Oh shoot! So what do we do? How do we cure the frostbite chaps? Okay, so let's assign. Interesting. We've got one demoralized. Mr. Zach Isaac. I don't see anywhere to build crew kennels. Ah, I see. Interesting. So it takes 3 people to build the crew kennels. Um, all right, let's go through and create a spoiled. Prepared by the African Tinning Company. Wait, why do I have these? Causing one person to go to malnutrition. Poor cavity. He doesn't deserve this. There we go. 2 things. Okay, tinned lemons, spoiled tinned food, regular tinned food, spice crates to gain 3 food for each person. Feed the hoosh to gain 3 food for each person with malnourished or scurvy. Okay, gotta grab that. Um, I don't know if we have any other way of curing. So we can either grab more food or specifically to cure scurvy. Guess we'll grab that. So if I do this, it will each person assigned will instantly cure a random person of freezing. Yeah, we have one person with freezing, I believe. Yeah, frostbite, freezing. Okay. All right. So I have 6 crew left. 4 and 2 scientists. Um, let's let them call them for dinner. All right, still light. Ooh, can I not talk to Grimsby this time? Oh, talk to both of them together. And I swear, when that hook came swinging, Captain Hunt had to pull me down. This was 5, 6 years ago? I had no clue what I was doing. Both of us nearly lost an eye that day. Same expedition, Ward lost his arm. Half the time, I don't think Hunt knew what he was doing either. He was quite the interesting man. Ah, he is. Did you need something? I want to commend you both for keeping spirits high. Well, it's still business as usual. I can still cook up a good meal. Nothing has changed there. Worried about the vote, aren't you? Oh, this that, Shaw? Um, I don't care about that. I genuinely am checking in. Are you now? All right, let's leave it at that, Grimly. Nice of you to check in, Shaw, but I think it's time the crew called it a night. Is there an issue I'm not aware of? A word to the wise, Robin. I have nothing against you, but we sure don't know you either. It's going to take more than simple pleasantries to earn Grimly's trust. That's fair. Miss the waves. Guy used to playing on a rocking ship. Start to feel sick when I'm off too long. I miss it myself. The sense of constant movement, nothing like it. Ah, you get it. Don't like stillness. I like feeling like I'm going somewhere. You ever have pancakes, Shaw? Served some for Captain Hunt once. He started demanding them every time. Could only have them early into a trip, though. Ingredients don't keep that long. I'm sure you can make something similar with what we have. Now that is a challenge. Don't know how it would turn out for us, Shaw. Talk to Pasha. Good evening, Captain. I was growing used to sleeping on a moving ship before we became trapped in the ice, you know. Now I think I won't have a good night's sleep until we return to land. I think that's something we can all look forward to. A good motivation, then. I know a hot bath and a warm bed are the first order of business when we return to land. I may stay bundled up for several days. Truly savor it. Yeah, no kidding. You ever get the feeling you're being watched, Shaw? Couldn't shake the feeling there was a pair of eyes on me while I was working there. You should get some proper rest. I get sleep when I can, and I often can't. It's just how it is. Oh, I tried. Okay. So, let's see. Dr. Templeton. Evening, Captain. Have you been reading that textbook? I understand if you do not have the free time. I've been reading. It's quite the interesting topic. Good. I had hoped you would enjoy it. I suppose the topic does provide an escape from the ice as well. Evening, Shaw. I've been thinking about our pay once we return to land lately. Don't mistake me for the avaricious sort, but I do have expenses to pay. Before we departed, received a letter from one of my daughters, asking to cover the cost of her stage school. It would be a shame to promise a luxury only to retract it, don't you think? Oh, I didn't know you had a daughter. Two, in fact. Both with the first wife. Okay, so I don't really have anything for the doctor to do. Interesting, you won't even let me talk to him. Still no signs of change, I take it? Afraid not, Templeton. The ice is yet to budge. Moving to the ice looks more and more to be a necessity as I see it. You may just be right, chum. Your team of scouts best be keeping their focus. If we cannot find a way from this pack... Captain! I wouldn't worry about the ice. My team will find a path, I have no doubt. At ease, Kurt. You're doing good work. Thank you, Captain. I promise my team won't grow lazy. This is certainly not the place for it. Okay, so we've got 6 people left. Wait, what happened to our... Oh, did we miss the chance? That's exasperating. So by not doing it in the morning, we didn't get to do it? This is what I was worried about. Are there certain jobs you can't do? Good evening, Captain. Will this take long? Oh, I guess it's because it's evening. You've trained them well. There won't be an issue. That would be my hope, but you can never be certain. Okay, well, that's too bad. That's not what I meant to do at all. That would have given us a head start on building a camp on the ice. Okay, well, we've got 6 people. I think emphasis should be on gathering. Okay, okay, this is important to know. Like once you do the dinner, you can't assign like crew jobs anymore. +1 Adderley Penguin from having the result revolver. No, I won't let me. Yeah, it won't let me do it. That's too bad. Messed up there. Okay, so let's see. Just trying to close this. Grips has succumbed. He died. But, oh, how do you cure frostbite? Oh, man. Yikes. Okay. I just got a thing here and I couldn't click it off, and so... Okay, well, we don't know how to cure things. And this is still showing up. Confirm your orders. Well, that is annoying. That's very annoying. Oh, man. So we lost 2 people to frostbite. Draw. Put a stop to those rumors going on about Hunt. Wow, we lost a lot of decorum probably from people dying. That's simple. The sailors do seem to listen to you. Aye, you'll not be hearing them whispers again. Man, that sucked. Captain, I would find it wise to have a word with the journalist among our crew. For whatever reason, Hunt allowed for a photographer with no sailing experience to tail alongside this expedition. As it stands, Kasha Belford's record is what will stand the test of time when this expedition is spoken of. And it would seem she has not made allies of the crew. Really? She doesn't seem the type to make enemies. Not with purpose or malice, Captain. The sailors of this crew are a private lot. They do not take kindly to the prying eyes of a landlubber, as they would say. Remember, Captain, she controls the story. She controls your story. Best to have a word. Remember, Shaw, reputation can be fragile. You do not need an unflattering image at a time like this. That's certainly true. What's it this time, Tucker? These bloody cigs aren't worth the shit I stepped in. You're the only man I know who could step in shit on the ice, mate. Ha, bloody right. Okay, so now it is giving me the chance to build dogloos. Into the scientist's storeroom. Gather research paper and journals. 3 decorum instantly, as well as 1 research for your expedition. Take to emptying drawers and boxes of all the valuable research they can find. Oh, it would. So I could do this like this is now a renewable one. Spoiled rations. Okay, interesting. So sometimes those are just spoiled. Sign someone for injury. Yeah. He's dead. That's too bad. That is really exasperating. Alright, so we need to assign 3 people to this. Oh, it increases the number of sled dogs you have. So I don't actually need this, because I don't need more sled dogs. It takes 3 each, so I could use 1 more sled dog. No, I don't need it. Okay, let's do some exploring. We have 17 research. So we could do the crab eater seals. Oh, another big one. Another research, ice crevasse. Ooh, okay, so that's more exploring. And this is the crab eater seals. Okay. Let's assign people to grab some food. Spoiled rations now. Yikes. Okay, so if we do some spoiled rations, at least one person's going to get malnutrition for each one we do. We already have 1 person with malnutrition. I think we can have up to 1 more person with malnutrition and it'll be okay. 6 food with the aid of your spice crates and 1 more person got malnutrition. And let's feed the furnace. Okay. Yeah. Dinner. Oh man. Okay, so that was a bad day. Dinner is interrupted by a torrent of flooding. Oh, we should have abandoned ship. The crew are alarmed, so we wind up with a couple of people freezing. Frantic arguments break out. Some, even now, insist on staying on board. Most argue to take the furnace from the boiler and abandon ship right now. Yeah, we gotta abandon ship right now, right? Although, can I... One of Templeton's team tried to talk to me while I was working. They were going on and on about their spouse or something. Ended up telling them to fuck off. Think they got the message. You have full permission to do so anytime your work is interrupted. Didn't need permission, but I knew you'd understand. Okay, so we have... Oh man, one of our engineers died. So we can cure one person of freezing. I think we only have one person freezing, so that... Okay, great. Killed one person of freezing. Or two people freezing. Shaw, it has been quite some time since we met. When I first met you at the docks, I found it difficult to read you. Are your thoughts different now? That remains to be seen, does it not? I can say I did not see this turn of events ahead of us. Yeah, I should hope not. It's rather morbid, Shaw, but our last conversation had me wondering about those children of mine. Specifically, I wondered whether I'd ever see them again. It's not something you should imagine, I know, but that threat always exists on these expeditions. I signed on knowing that. Are you close to the children? Not to all, and not as close as I should be. Even the youngest is grown now, Shaw. My time to be a parent came and went. I chose the ice. Yep, you probably oughtn't to have done that. Okay, so let's see. We've got... Oh, hang on. Now I can assign someone to Kasha, because there's people who are demoralized. Captain, on evenings like this, my good friend Carol and I would often play chess by the fireside. Makes me wish I had brought a board with me. It would have made for some light entertainment. Shame you didn't. I'd have enjoyed a game myself. Indeed. Well, we can't turn back time, can we? We'll just have to make do with what we have. Perhaps Mr. Templeton brought something along. He seems the jigsaw puzzle sort. Okay, so let's see. Who's demoralized? They're all used there. Okay, so we can't. Not helpful. Let's see if we can cure someone. No, everyone who has status has already done something for the day. Instantly cure all crew in the med bay, but we don't have anybody in the med bay. Oh yeah, we only have one person free. Let's try doing. Can we do a hunt? Or something. I think I'd rather not. All right, let's go abandon ship. The building next to my kennels would often play music on a phonograph. I would hear it through the open window. For months on end I would hear it as I worked. Over time I had grown used to it. Sure, one of the crew brought a phonograph. Perhaps you could pick up the habit once more. That is not needed. I would not attempt to impose in such a way. Hardly imposing. Alright, let's, I think we need to abandon ship. The furnace is torn from the boiler. We're heading out then. Best tell the lads. We're moving out? Yes, captain's orders. For now we should focus on setting up a campsite on the ice. Leave the equipment hauling for later? No worries, I'll get them to work. We'll have a camp set up before you know it. You're taking that with you? Aye. Can't go a day without it, can you? Oi, the crew like the music. Fair enough. You better get to hauling them lifeboats next. They're a bit more important than an accordion. I know. Arf, arf! Calm, Stanbury. We're simply moving to the ice. Arf! Yes, it's all very exciting. If the rest of you behave yourselves, you'll be treated to an extra helping of soup. Where's she getting her food? Well, there we have it. The heart of the ship ripped clean from her chest, but she still beats for the crew. How long were you waiting on that one? Well, 'cause it was shite. No time for poetry. Captain, let's get this bloody furnace set up on the ice. Okay, so I need 1 to 10. Oh, no, key items. Furnace, the heart of the temperance. What are you doing up there? Now's the last chance to get a shot like this. Isn't that dangerous? Don't worry, I've done it before. Don't tell the captain. Okay. There, perfect. Farewell, Temperance. I mean, honestly, she did need to get the picture up there. Captain, I hope your new lodgings are to your comfort. If not, I'm afraid you will have to power through until rescue. We say goodbye to the Temperance, but our work is far from over. And what is our next order of business? You've done well to already strip the lower decks of the ship. Perhaps the wildlife should be our next focus? Regardless, we need our wits about us. We stand alone against the ice now. So it's still... Oh, okay, so I basically get a whole new set of activities. Kennels. The medical tent. Okay, if nobody else, I can assign him. Dr. Nutley? Mr. Templeton? I trust all is going well. Well, as well as it can be. All thanks to your expertise, I take it. I try my best. You should continue to do so. We wish not any further incidents. Good evening, Captain. Was there something you needed? You need the latest medical report. I'll have it prepared soon. Good to see you aren't losing your focus. Keep it up, Nutley. Oh, thank you, Captain. I'll try. Oh man, this is brutal. This requires exactly 2 people. The hoosh pot and the furnace. As you pass by, you see Kasha adjusting her camera as she stands, partially obscured as she finds the right angle for shots. As you step to her side, she raises her head and looks to you. What are you taking photos of? The crew, of course. This is quite the unique situation we're in. I want to capture the mood. Maybe I could place it beside our initial crew photos. Compare and contrast. Oh, that's brilliant. I'm sure many of them have stories to tell. Kasha's eyes dart to the crew, briefly lingering on the stature of Kurt, then back to you. Of course, I'm sure many of them have plenty to share. For now, though, I think I'm better off in the background, taking pictures. From a distance. Intimidated? Of course not. Why would I be intimidated? Is it really that obvious? It's simply that I followed Kurt's expeditions a lot as a child, so seeing him in person is odd. Kurt doesn't bite. He certainly barks, quite loudly at that. But you're right, I'm just being nervous. It's more than that. More that up until now he's been an idea? Does that make sense? Kurt's just another person like you or I. I suppose so. Well, I'll leave you be. I'm still looking for the right shot. Okay. Alright, well, let's go into the next week. Let's hopefully not totally fail this one. Okay, so one crew member will be cured of their freezing. Do we have anyone who's freezing? Oh man. We're not going to be able to... So one person will be cured of malnourishment. One person will be cured of freezing. Oh, there are two people with freezing. Oh man. We're going to lose someone. Flick is no longer malnourished. He's got scurvy, but I can cure scurvy. Mrs. Gloss is demoralized. Yorick is demoralized. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Week 8, 5 weeks at Temperance Camp. Wait, what? Grips. I'll miss him. Wait, these are people who died? Cosme. It's not right that I'm here. I should have gone first. Just not right. Oh, these are people complaining about people who died. Pain in the neck most of the time. Never cared for practical jokes. That's where we butted heads. But Gnomes was one of my sailors. They'll be missed. Part of me hopes this is just one of their jokes. I'll take that one happily. Weird. Very weird. Okay, so we can't... There's nothing we can do to salvage from the ship anymore. Okay, well, I think we're going to... Like, we've moved off of the ship onto the ice. I think that we're gonna pause here. Let's go to places any. So far, story progressing pretty well, pretty interestingly. I do think we've got there were a few kind of surprises. There wasn't really any way to cure some of the conditions that we had. Those people, like, they got locked in, right? And we were never given any tools for curing frostbite, just freezing. So that was rough. We had a lot of tools for improving our decorum, but it was always at maximum, and then it just took a huge hit on that one day where a couple of people died. So it's been a little bit. It's definitely been pretty brutal. It's hard to kind of keep maintain things for sure. So yeah, a little bit of a surprising sudden difficulty spike. Also, there's no good indication that I've been able to see of like what tasks you can't complete if you don't complete them at a certain time of day. Doing requests moves from morning to midday. Doing dinner moves from midday to evening. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm enjoying it so far. Definitely enjoying the story. I'm worried now I'm not going to actually make it. We're only 8 weeks in. We got a long ways to go. Anyway, so enjoying it so far. I do think we'll probably do another episode of this, see how it goes, um, and we'll see how far we get. All right, that's going to be it for this episode of Humble Bundle Tryouts. This has been The Pale Beyond. I hope you've been enjoying it, and we'll see you next time.